You're going to continue working on your face jug today. We've already learned about how to do the eyes and the nose, and so I want to just quickly show you how you can do the mouth and also how you can add up here what we would call a brow. Your brow is that bony part like where your eyebrows are. So on your mug, that needs to stick out a little bit to give your face some definition. And I'll show you how to do both of those things today. You're going to start each of these two steps with a coil of clay about as big around as a pencil. And the mouth is done really just like the eyes. So what you're going to do is put a coil down, and typically the end of your mouth lines up with the center of your eye. So if you kind of do an imaginary line down from the center of your eye, then I know that the mouth is going to stop right about there. And then I can just pinch that off. Same thing on the other side. If I lay that coil down, I look here, I see where the center of the eye is, and I come down and I kind of pinch it off there. And I know that's going to be like essentially where the upper lip is. Since I've already got that there, I'll go ahead and just make another one that's about the same size, and then pinch off the extra that I don't need, and then I have something that kind of looks like a mouth. Of course, before I leave that, I want to do those important steps of scoring and slipping. So I'll do that really quickly. Clay is so tricky. It seems to stick until it dries, and if it hasn't been scored and slipped, then all those pieces that you work so hard to put on are going to just fall off. So here's where you can kind of animate your piece a little bit, like if you want it to look like it has an open mouth, if you want it to look like it's smiling, frowning, grimacing in some way, this is where you can really add to the personality of your project. But let's just say we're going to do a straight mouth because I want to show you the basic step. Stick that on there, and then just like the eyes, what you're going to do is blend around the edges. You want to take care that you're only blending on the outside edge. You don't want to smash this top part. Whoops, sorry. You don't want to smash the top part, because then all you've done is just kind of added a string of clay there, and that's not what you want to do. You want to kind of smooth it out just like your real mouth. You don't see a big edge where your lips connect to your face. So you can go through and do that. Up here at the top, it gets a little tricky. So you want to make sure to use some tools that you have available. This would be a really good place to use your blending stick. So as you're working with this one, to get up in here where it's next to the nose, you might want to use that stick in there and get that just right. Okay? After it dries a little bit more, then you can go back and do some more smoothing, but that's a pretty good start to a mouth for today. The last thing then is going to be that brow bone that I told you about. So you're going to use the same kind of coil that you used for the mouth, so about as big around as a pencil, and then I'm going to go ahead and score up here and put the slip. And then this piece, again, it's kind of small, kind of like a pencil, and you're going to lay that on. And this is kind of like the brow bone. Okay, so it kind of curves a little bit just like your eyebrows do. And then you're going to pinch off any extra right at the end of the eye there. So imagine that you're giving it a unibrow. That's a pretty good thing to use as an example in your mind. And then this piece does get smoothed on both sides. So I can smooth that here on the top. And then I'm going to go back and smooth it on the bottom too. So that's smooth top and bottom. And then it's kind of fun also, like, so see how that gives it some dimension? That makes it so your forehead's not just flat. You see that? You don't want to have just a flat forehead. I'm not done smoothing the mouth. I can see when I look at the profile that there's something going on up here. I may have the mouth a little bit too close to the bottom of the nose, but I can, after I'm done filming, I'll go back and kind of smooth that out a little bit more. But that's the basic things that we want to have done today if we can. When you finish that brow, then tomorrow after this sits up a little bit, we can add some texture and give it some eyebrows too, which are totally fun. All right, that's it for today. So we're working on finishing the eyes, adding the mouth, and the eyebrow bone.